So today we are going to learn about the topic simplification and approximation. So simplification and approximation. Right. So today we are going to learn about the topic simplification and approximation. For that, first we have to know. First, one second. Okay. So first we have to know about fraction to percentage conversion. So this is a very important thing to know before we go into the topic simplification and approximation. I have done this in the previous video. I have done this in the previous sorry I have done this in the previous video. Okay, so if you have not watched it, go and watch the previous video, so you will get the idea about converting fractions into percentages, right? So what is simplifications and what is simplification and approximation? Simplification and approximation is nothing but the basic rules of mathematics, like plus, minus, multiplication and division. All these four make the backbone of this topic, right? So we will do some examples and learn the basic techniques. After, by doing the examples, you will get the idea of the techniques, what are used and how you can just do your calculation super fast, right? So let's say you are given a question. You are given this question: 46% of 1600, right? Now find the answer. I'm giving you 10 seconds for that. I guess you have done. So what you have done is, it is like this, right? You have done it like 46 by 100 into 1600. You have done it like this, right? It is the basic process. We all know this kind of process because we have learned it in our childhood days, right? So we cut this zero, we cut this zero, and we do 46 into 16, right? And we find the answer, so it will be 46 16 into, and we get the answer, right? But this is a wrong process because it will take a lot of time, and as mentioned in the previous video, we don't have that much time. Our main enemy is time, right? So we don't have that much time. So there is a much simpler process how we can solve this sum without picking up our pen. Then what is that? So we know 46%. What is 46%? It is 40% plus 6%, right? It is 40% plus 6%. We know that. So what? Now it becomes pretty easy, right? We know what is 40% of 1600. What is 40% of 1600? We cut. We know 16 into 4 equals to 64 and 640, right? And what is 6% of 1600? We cut 16 into 6 equals to 96. So now if we add 640 plus 96, we get 736, right? We get 736. So it is much faster process than doing the other. In the other one we were doing 46 into 16. So if we know 16 into 6, 96, 16 into 6, 96, and 16 into 4, 64, and we are adding 9 to it, right? So it is like 73. We are doing this process, but it takes a lot of time. I know now this looks like it also takes a lot of time. There are many steps involving this, but once you get the hang of it, it will become so much easy. You will not pick up the pen while doing this sum. So let's do some other examples to get familiar with this, right? Now let's do 36% of 1500, right? 36% of 1500. How we can do this? Simple, 30% of 15, so 15 into 3, 450, plus 6%, 6 into 15, 90, right? Equals to 540 is the answer, right? See, this becomes so easy. And if we do like this, 36 into 15, 15 into 6, 90, in hand 9, 15 into 3, 45, 45 plus 9, 54. It will take much more time than this. It's like, it's a matter of seconds. You don't have to pick up your pen. You have to pick up your pen while doing this, but for this you don't have to pick up your pen, right? So what is this? 30% plus, sorry, plus 6%, right? So 30% of 1500 is 450, 6% is 90. And after that you do the sum, and this is your answer, right? It's much easier. Trust me, it is much easier. Now, so let's do another question, right? Um, so let's do another question. So if I give you the question, 60% of 725 equals to 174 into dash. Find out this dash. You have 20 seconds, right? Do it. I think you have done it. If not, then no problem. I will show you how it's done. So 60% of 725. You can approach it by two methods. So first method is like this. So 60% of 725, right? So we know that it is divided by 25, right? We know that it is divided by 25. So it can also be written as 60 by 100 into 725. We can write this as 29 into 25, because if we divide this by 25, it will become 29, right? It will become 29. And the 174 comes down below, so 174, right? Now 29 into 6, 29 into 6 equals to 174. So 6, and now this and this cuts and it becomes 10, right? So this and this cuts and your answer is 2.5. 25 and the 10 is here, so one decimal point is done and 2.5 is the answer, right? 2.5 is the answer, right? So this is the first method. This is how you can do it. You can do it mentally. You can also do it by mentally, like 20. We know that 29 into 25 is 725. So, and 29 into 6 equals to 174. So we cut 6. We know that it will become 6 in the downside, and we cut the numerator and denominator, and it becomes 10, and 25 divided by 10 equals to 2.5. We can do this like mentally. And there is another method, second method. Now this is a technique which you should learn. Like, then what is a technique? We should know that A% of B equals to B% of A. What does this mean? A% of B equals to B% of A. What is this? What is off? Off means multiplication, right? This off means multiplication, right? It means we multiply. We multiply two numbers, right? So if we do this 60 by 100, okay, we divide this by 5. We divide this by 5, so it becomes what? 1 4 5. It becomes 145, and we multiply this by 5, right? We multiply this by 5, so it becomes like this. So it becomes 300% into 145, right? Which becomes what? 3. And we have 174 in this side. We divide this by 174 with 3 and 3. 3 gets cut. So what is this? It becomes 5 and 2 4 6, 56, right? 56. We can do this and the same answer will come as 2.5. This is one method and this is another method. This method will be used in a lot of cases in the future sums. You will get to know this after some time. So let's do another sum. We'll do a lot of sums today. Now do another sum. 35% of 480. Do this. I'm giving you a time of 15 seconds. I guess you have done it. What is the approach? As previous, 30% plus 5%. Now what is 30%? 48 into 3, you will get 8 3 24, in hand 2 4 3 12, 144, right? So what is 30%? 144. And what is 5%? You'll get 5%. 5 by 100 means, what is this? 1 by 20 into 480. What is 1 by 20 into 480? It becomes 0 0 cut and 24, so plus 24. So what is the answer? 861. 168 is 35% of 480, right? 168 is the answer. Pretty easy, right? We'll do a lot of sums like this and it will be very much clear, and you will get the hang of it and you will practice a lot after that. So there will be no problem regarding this technique. Now there is another method. As I told earlier in the previous example, we will do this method a lot. This method, sorry, we'll do this method a lot. Let's say 65% of 2600. Do this. 65% of 2600. What will be the answer? You can approach this by 60% plus 5%, right? We can approach this like this. But there is another easier method. Like as I told you, a% of b equals to b% of a. There is a much easier method. Why? 65%. 65 by 100, right? So 65 by 100 into 2600, right? So if we divide this by 2 and multiply this by 2, right, it becomes what? It becomes like this. It becomes 130. 65 into 2, 130 into 1300. It becomes what? It becomes divided by 2, it becomes 1300. So if we now cut this and this and this and this, what it becomes? 13 into 13, what it is? 13 square, we know that 169, and 1 0 is left. 10, 1690. It becomes much easier, right? We can do this mentally. We divide this by 2, it becomes 1300, and it becomes 130. So 130, 13 into 13, 160, 169, and 10 is added, 1690 is the answer. We can do this mentally without picking up the pen. So this is my target, to make you learn how to do sums without picking up the pen, how to do this simplification and approximation sums without picking the pen, right? Now I guess your basics are clear right now. So let's take out the big guns, right? So if I give you a sum, let's say 2060 divided by, sorry, 2030 divided by 3045, right? Into 180 whole percent into, let's say, 50 equals to dash. I'm giving you 20 seconds to do this, right? Your time starts now. I guess you have done this. If not, if you don't understand it, there is no problem. I'm there. So, what is this? What is 2030? It is what? 2000 plus 30, right? And what is 3045? It's also 3000 plus 45, right? Now, if we divide this, we always remember that if 3 by 2 is added with, let's say, 6 by 4, what is the answer? 4, right? The LCM will be 4, and it will be 6, right? Plus, what is this? 6, right? Equals to 12 by 4. What is this? 3 by 2. Even if we add two numbers with the, because it is also what? 3 by 2. Even if we add two ratios which are similar ratios, the resultant will be another similar ratio, right? We know that from ratio and proportion. We have done it in our childhood, right? So like that, here what is the ratio of 2000 and 3000? The ratio is what? 2 by 3. And what is the ratio of 30 by 45? If we divide by 15, it becomes 2 by 3, right? So the ratio is the same. So the resultant ratio will also be 2 by 3, right? If we add 2 by 3 and 2 by 3, the resultant ratio will also be 2 by 3, right? So we know that this whole part becomes what? 2 by 3. Interesting? You find it interesting, right? So it becomes what? 2 by 3. Now if we now do, it becomes pretty easy. Into 180, so what it becomes? 33660. So it becomes 120% of 50. Sorry, sorry. 120% of what? 120% of 50. What is 120% of 50? Equals to 60. So 60. Let's do another pretty interesting sum. Question. 44 percentage of 360, right, plus 47 percentage of 530. So I'm not giving you time to do this because it is a new technique which you should learn, so I am doing this. So what here we see it is 44, and here we see it is 36. Here we see it is 47, and here we see it is 53. Now tell me, you have learned in your childhood that in algebra, you have learned what? A square minus b square equals to a plus b into a minus b, right? A square minus b square equals to a plus b into a minus b. Now 44 percentage of 360. We cut this and we get 44 into, we leave the 10, and here also we get 47 by 100 into 530. We cut this and we leave the 10. Suppose there is no 10. We suppose that there is no 10. We will do this in later part. We will get this 10 back in the later part. First we suppose that there is no 10, so we just rub it like this, and we get 44 into 36 and 44 into 36 and 47 into 53. Now 44 into 36 and 47 into 53, 53, right? So here we can use this formula. How? 40 plus 4, 40 minus 4. This is done, right? Here it is 44 and here it is 36. So 40 plus 4 is 44 and 40 minus 4 is 36. Similarly, we can use this 40 plus 7. Sorry, I have done this wrong. Similarly, we can use this 50 minus 3 and 50 plus 3. We can use this, no problem with that. So it finally becomes 40 square minus 4 square, and it becomes 50 square minus 3 square. So what is 40 square minus 4 square? 1600 minus 16, and it becomes 2500 minus 9, right? So 25 plus 16, what is 25 plus 16? 31, 41, right? So 25 plus 16, 4100, and minus 5 minus 16 minus 25. We do this. So why we are adding 1600 and 2500? Because it is given add, right? So the resultant will be 1600 minus 16 plus 2500 minus 9, right? So we are adding this 2, it becomes 4100, and we are subtracting this 2, so it becomes minus 25. So it becomes 5704, 4075. So the answer becomes 4075. Pretty easy. After you have practiced this techniques for a long time and done a lot of sums, approximately 100 to 200 sums, you will just recognize the techniques by looking at the question, right? But for that you need a lot of practice. Now if you can just copy this sum in your copy and anything where you want. So let's go downwards. Yep. Right, now let's do another sum. Now there are some points which I should mention, points to remember. There are some points you should remember. First point is that you should memorize the percentage to fraction conversion. I have mentioned at the start of the video that you have to memorize the percentage to fraction conversion to do some sums regarding simplification and approximation, because just like, see, if something is given as 57.12 percentage, how will you find out its fraction reciprocal, right? I mean, how will you find out its fraction counterpart? It's tough, right? You don't understand by only saying this. You have to practice, you have to memorize each and every fraction conversion from 1 to 20. From 1 to 20 to be able to find this. Now tell me, what is 1 by 7? What is 1 by 7? If you have seen my previous video, you will know that 1 by 7 is 14.28. 1 by 7 is 14.28, right? Now if you do this into 4, right? Into 4, it becomes what? 14.28 into 4. It becomes 32 in hand 3, 4, 2, 8, 3, 1. You have in hand 1, 4, 4, 16, 7. In hand 1, 4, 1, 4, 5. 57.12, right? So 14.28 into 4 equals to 57.12, and it is asked 57.12%. Now we have multiplied this by 4, so here it will also be multiplied by 4. So we can also write 57.12 percentage equals to 4 by 7. 4 by 7 is the fraction counterpart of 57.12 percentage, right? Understood? Now if it is given 157.12 percentage, what will be the fraction counterpart? It's simple. We know that 100% equals to 1. In fraction, 100% equals to 1. So we will just add 1 plus 4 by 7, right? Because 100 plus 57.12 equals to 157.12, right? So we will add simple 1 to 4 by 7. So it becomes what? 11 by 7. So 157.12 percentage equals to 11 by 7. This is our fraction counterpart of 157.12. I hope you understood this. This will help to do to solve the next sum which is coming your way. So this is the next sum. 48, or let's say 50% of 36.636% of 157.12% of 2100. Solve this. You will get around 20 seconds. I hope you have solved it. If not, no problem, I am there. What is 50%? So the sum can be written as like this: 50 by 100 into 36.36 by 100 into 157.12 by 100 into 2100. This is the whole thing we will do if we are children. In our childhood days we would have done this, but it takes a lot of time. It will take ages to solve this, right? So there is then there comes techniques, right? Techniques. What is the technique? What is 50%? We know 50% becomes 1 by 2, right? 50% becomes 1 by 2 into 36.36. 33.36. You should have remembered that 1 by 11 equals to 9.09 percentage, fraction to percentage conversion. So 36.36 is 4 into 11 equals to 36.36 percentage. We just multiply it by 4 and by 4 and we get this. So this 36.36 becomes what? 4 by 11 into, we already know that this becomes what? 11 by 7. We have done this 11 by 7, right? So this becomes what? It becomes 11 by 7 into 2100. So what it becomes now? This 11 cut, this and this cut, it becomes what? 300, and this 2 and this cut, so it becomes 150. 115 into 4 equals to 600. So your answer will be 600. This is so much faster, right? It would have taken ages to solve this, but it just took like 10 seconds to solve this. If you have practiced, it will take only 10 seconds, and even less than 10 seconds, okay, once you have practiced a lot. So this is quite interesting, right? Now let's go to another type of sums, right? If you have done squares, then we will do some squares, right? If you, then another points to remember, this points to remember are actually techniques which you will learn in the long run. So if you are given 36 square minus 26 square, how will you do it? If your squares are memorized, if you have memorized the square of 36, then it is pretty easy. You can do this pretty easily, right? But if you did not memorize the squares of 36 and 26, then again that formula which I have already told, that a square minus b square equals to a plus b into a minus b, right? Equals to, what is a plus b? A plus b is 36 plus 26 into 36 minus 26. You know that this part will be what? 10, and this part will be 62, right? Equals to 620 is the answer, right? You can do this by this method. This is quite easy. And if you find that the difference between two numbers is 10, do this by this method, because you know that this part will be 10 and anything multiplied by 10, only 1 0 is added. So you just need to add these two numbers plus. There is no complications in this. So if you are given the sum, if you are given the sum if you are given the sum 20% of 46 square minus 56 square into, let's say, so 46 minus 56 square into, let's say, square root of 576. Okay, square root of 576. So do it. I'll give you 20 seconds for this. I'll give you 20 seconds. Do it. Okay, Now I'm doing it. See, 1 by 5, how much you can achieve the answer, how much faster I am showing. 1 by 5 into 46 plus 56, what it is, 102, right? 102 into 10, 1020, right? Into, what is the square root? 24, right? So 5 cut, 2, and here it is 4. 24, 24, 576. 576 is the answer. See, you just took around 10 seconds to do this. You just took 10 seconds to do this, right? This process is so fast. Now let me explain how it is done. So 20 by 100, you can write this as 20 by 100. We know that 20 by 100 equals to 1 by 5, right? So I am writing it as 1 by 5. Now 46 square minus 56 square. We know that 46 plus 56 into 46 minus 56, or you can write it as 56 minus 46 minus 46. So it becomes what? This becomes 102, right, into 10 equals to 1020, right? So I'm writing it as 1020, and I guess you know that the square root of 576 is 24, right? So 24 square, you can, if we do this, 24 square, 4 into 4 16, and 4 into 2 8, so 9, and 2 8, and here 4, right? So 6 7 5, right? So 24 square is 576, so I am writing it as 24, and when I cut this, so it becomes 2 and it becomes 4. 2, sorry, I have done a mistake, it will be 204, right? Yeah, I have done a little mistake. It will be 204. So 204 into 24, right? So 4 4 16, and 1 and 8, and 2 8, and 0, and 2 2 4. So 6 9 8 4. 4896. So the answer will be 4896. This can also be done within 10 seconds, right? There is no boundaries. This can also be done in 10 seconds. So it will be 204, right? So it will be 4896. This is the answer, right? So these are some of the basic rules, or techniques you can achieve or you can use while doing sums, right? These are the basic techniques, or you can say rules, while doing this simplification and approximation. I guess you have learned the basics and you know how to like tackle this kind of sums, right? You know the basics, and in the next video we will do some advanced level simplification and approximation, which will make your understanding a lot easier, right? So to get notified, I recommend to subscribe, right? I recommend you to subscribe the channel. I hope you like it. See you guys in the next video. Bye.